conversation with me in your head, because I didn't
No, I did. I told
hear
you.
any of this. This is all like completely new stuff. So, weirdo. I feel like you need to move over more because the thing's right in your face. $10 seconds.
This is Cubs Radio. Cubs Radio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Thanks for joining us this morning. GovsRadio.com is the website. You can see our show there live right now.
And you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for now.
The Knockem Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show, also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop.
This is Ruth Buzzy, and I'd like you to know how much I love the Knockem Dead radio show coming to you live on govsradio.com. Oh, you make me laugh. You really do. Oh, please. I can't do this anymore.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus, and...
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight, and the Mets win it!
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what? I had an awesome time. All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today. It's going to be an interesting afternoon or morning, whatever you call it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Andy's here, and look who's over there.
Hello.
Joe Winchell is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this morning? Afternoon? What are we doing?
The big battle. The big battle's coming your way. Before we get to that, just let me announce, go to govs.com to check out the schedule, find out what's happening at the clubs. Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown. 3 great stages just in this building alone. You got the Brokerage in Belmore, and, of course, McGuire's out in Bohemia. Carrie Caravis is playing in one of the clubs this weekend. Chris Monty is at the brokerage tonight. Jackie Fabulous is here tomorrow, and she's great. She's fabulous. Lots of great stuff happening at Governor's Comedy Club. So go to govs.com, check out the schedule, make your reservations, and what's the matter?
That's what I look like.
It's a little bit of a delay, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I like it. I can see what I screwed up on.
Can't take it back. We'll edit in post. Don't worry. Everything we can edit.
See, any, like little projects I've worked on where that's been said. We'll fix it in post.
I call that the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure method.
Really? We're just going to go back and do it later?
Go back in time and fix it.
I'll leave a key for myself.
Garbage pail.
So, and also at Governor's next week in the Little Room is Stephen Rocco Perillo, and Travis Grant's roast battle. Is that what they're calling it? Is there a special name for it?
No, I think
it's just the
I have
roast
the flyer
battle,
right here. I should probably have it out to be good at this.
Yeah. And excuse me while I whip this out. That's a callback for what we were talking about before.
The hour before we were talking about Blazing Saddles.
That's why Tony thinks it's the afternoon. We've had enough conversation for like
I sent you the post.
3 hours.
Here it is right here. I think it's just called the Rock. The Rocco
roast
and
battle.
Travis Hour Roast Battle Royale.
Yeah, because they have a podcast.
Yeah, they have a podcast. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and they're actually going to be battling each other that night.
Yes, they're the main event.
But does anybody care about that? I want to know about you two. I'm joking.
Well, Perillo kind of has. Here's where we all like share certain attributes, like different
each other's
people,
penises,
Venn diagrams of like our personalities. Definitely
the crossover.
We definitely dock a lot.
Well, that's how we get the power.
Right. There can be only one.
There can be only one.
So, Perillo shares with Bozy sort of this, everybody wants to take a shot.
Yeah, I learned that when I started. Like originally when I heard that, it was like, there's the guy everybody wants to take a shot at. When Rocco walks in, he looks like, he runs a pirate-themed restaurant. So it's this guy?
But it's
then you hear
a dark
He asks for it with the eyeliner.
Right, that's his look, though.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, it works for him. Absolutely, in all seriousness.
Listen, he's a fantastic, much like Bozy, another thing they share, they are a fantastic part of the Long Island comedy
Absolutely.
scene.
And they're disarming because you don't, they're like, what could, Rocco has said scathing things, and you never expect it coming, and he says it with that kind of Stephen Wright kind of delivery of just like, well, I think you're uneducated, or whatever.
He's a fantastic sport about it.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Yeah, and some of the worst things that I've ever heard about him are from him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and that's actually why I see a difference, because Perillo kind of sets himself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Where Bozy does a little bit, but Bozy's more of just a fun sport.
Yeah.
Where if you didn't know Jeff, you're in a room. Let's say there's 8 of us in this room, and one of them's Jeff, but you didn't know him. The rest of us are picking on him, and then after a while, you're just going to join in because everybody else is.
Absolutely.
And you get to know Jeff, and you see that he just soaks
on a
it
desert
up and loves
island,
it, so.
and I didn't know him, I would start in on him.
Well, that's a totally different show. Which
I mean, lube and water sports.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd be playing a lot of water sports,
and that's a visual I care not to picture.
What, for comedy? No. Blowjobs.
No.
I want blowjobs on a desert island.
There can be only one.
So, speaking of which, the other night, because Bozy's doing, he's making his Knockem Dead comedy debut in one of our murder mysteries.
Awesome.
He came to watch. We did one of our shows a couple weeks ago, and he came to watch, right? And it was in this.
I like to watch.
It was in this. It was in a park, and they have a rec room in this park, and around the park is it's like those black metal fences,
wrought iron.
Yeah, thank you. So after the show, Eric and Jeff are in the parking lot. They're talking. After
I like to
the
talk
show,
in the parking lot too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like to talk into Jeff's mouth also with my penis.
And that's
blowjob.
That's
I like
my
getting
point.
blowjobs from Jeff.
Back to the blowjob jokes.
Well, yeah, that's my point. They were talking for such a long time that they got locked in the parking lot.
How do you get locked in a park? Oh, wait, that happened to me once in Queens. Actually, I can't dispute that.
All right. Well, I'll ask you about that in a second. But then Jeff had to actually, because he had his work van, so he actually pulled tools out and undid the clamp of the gate. So they got out. Jeff's putting it back together, and that's when the cops showed up.
Oh, Jesus.
So this is completely like almost. It reminds me of Vito in The Sopranos, But yeah, so I couldn't wait to tell you. I forgot to tell you.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. So how did you get?
I was doing something in the city. I used to be in theater.
Coke.
Probably. I used to be in theater for a while, and I think I was doing some rehearsal for some show in the city. And I used to drive into Queens, and I found this little parking lot that you could park in, and I used to never leave too late. And I didn't realize that you got locked in past a certain time. So I remember going back to get my car, and it was locked. I called the police because I didn't know what to do, and they were like, "We can't open it." And I said, "What do you suggest I do?"
And you have warrants.
It's like, "Do you want to go home?" It's like they're asking me. I'm like, "You can drive me home?" And he goes, "No, you can take the train." And I was like, "Nah, I'll figure it out." And he just drove away. And then he was just like, that was the whole thing.
Wow.
They came, he had a conversation with me.
They're like, he's white. He
But
can
he's
handle
probably
it.
just like, "What's the matter, man? Car's stuck." That sucks. Nothing I can do about that. Well, see you later. Like, that was the whole conversation.
Well, it's a white guy. We can't shoot him.
Yeah, he was like, "It'll be fine.
Let's leave.
It'll be fine."
This is boring.
No one wants to end up on the news. You want to end up dead.
Are you at least selling some Lucy's?
Oh, God. But then I needed someplace to stay, so I called a friend of mine who, to this day, I don't know what she was doing at the time in the city, but she was like, "I'm working a party. I'll come, but you can stay at my place. I'm in," but she lived in St. Mark's. She was like, "Just take she's like, I'll tell you where the key's hidden."
Wow.
And, you go to St. Mark's. And, she shows up, 2 hours after I get there, because I just took a subway, and she's in, a mesh dress, and I never asked her what she did. Never asked her. She's a friend of mine to this day, and she was just working a part, and she came back, and she was dressed like a stripper. She may, it's fine if she was.
Is she hot?
Good. But she's really hot.
Nice.
And I just remember thinking, I'm like, I'm not going to ask what you do, because whatever I think it is, I'm sure it's not. It's because it doesn't seem, because if you were just a stripper, I'm not saying she's a prostitute
Is
or
there
anything.
ever just a stripper?
I'm saying but it's a stripper with tricks. Like, it's like an AGT talent you also have.
Right.
Yes, I get naked, but I also
I'm gonna hit the golden button because I came like a wildcat.
You know what? I've seen a lot of flaming sticks and vaginas that twirl, but this is the best I've ever seen.
I
think that's what she did. I think it was like, I do this and I have a special talent.
The underripe pineapple trick. That was incredible. I can't believe you shot it that far.
Yeah, exactly. No one's ever hit a ping pong ball that far before to the judge's table.
She spelled my name with ping pong balls.
And then the male stripper comes out and does 3 of them. Like, oh, man, those are some impressive ass muscles.
There was when I was in the Air Force, there was they would always tell me about the Philippines and Guam, and they said there was a strip club on Guam.
Oh man, you got a hooker story?
This is
I love Army hooker stories.
Stripper.
That's
and
fine.
Air Force. It's going to be super disappointing.
What? You guys get laid all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not as interesting.
Okay.
No, but what she would do is she would put a stack of quarters.
I've heard this legend before.
and
not from you, but I've heard this routine.
And they said I'm talking to the guys who were at this strip club.
Yeah.
And they were
I'm not familiar with this. So what does she do with them?
Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry.
She squats down onto the stack, stands up, they're gone. And then you go 50 cents and she tink drops the.
So it's like an ATM
No,
or a cash.
It's one of those little things that you
the,
walk around.
the video store where your kids
can't get change out of an ATM.
Tokens? You need tokens?
That's what it is, a token machine.
Yeah.
I've heard this before of friends of mine that went to Amsterdam and shit, and Vegas and California, mainly anywhere on the West Coast.
Anywhere
apparently.
interesting.
Yeah. Any place where hipsters are prominent, that you can go to one of these strip clubs.
I was at a strip club. Shit, it's got to be like 30 years ago in Jersey, which is not, so it's not prominent or hip, but she shot an ice cube.
Or sanitary.
Well, yeah, true. She shot an ice cube, had to be 15 feet.
She shot an ice cube? Yeah, it's one of those.
50. I'm not kidding. I saw it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it.
Here's what pisses me off. I was at a strip club in Georgia, and the headliner who was in Hustler or whatever was there, and the guy I was.
Was she a porn star, or was she just
No,
like?
Still not
she
Ron
was just
Jeremy.
but she goes and she's going around, and I literally I've only ever looked at strip bars as just another bar.
Yeah, of course.
And
because you're the pervert, I know.
Exactly, I'm totally desensitized. I actually have X-ray vision. Everybody's naked to me, and. So
you don't see color? I don't see clothes.
Good show.
Why are the police here?
But she took my beer bottle because it was on the stage.
Oh God!
And she took my beer bottle, put it on her nipple, and she put it upside down like this, and then went like this, and it shot my beer back on my face.
What?
The water of the beer itself?
The beer, not water.
What?
I know, yeah, I'm just saying.
And
what am I, some kind of pussy?
I mean, she had big fake titties. And
So was she a fembot? Like, what do you mean
No,
she shot the beer?
She didn't shoot. She used the Bernoulli effect, which I'm not going to fucking go into.
Does that have to do with gravity?
No, it has to do more with pressure.
Oh.
And then all she did was like, she took the beer, put it on her nipple.
Oh, so like suction, you're saying? Like stuck
Essentially,
there and then it popped out?
Once you do that, yes, you've created a seal. And then she breaks the seal, and much like if you
Giant fake tits can do a lot of things.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Cure cancer even.
Yeah.
And it shot on my face, and it was hilarious because I'm like, I must have had the worst look on my face because she was like, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
What could you have looked like? Were you like mortified?
I think I was like,
that beer
Yeah,
cost
that
me
makes
$8.
and I just like looked at it like, can I have my beer back?
That
Wow.
beer. Yeah, I was going to
Sorry.
say that beer cost me $15.
Well, this was years ago and in Georgia, so it was like $3, which was a lot for that.
Dude, it's still cheap in Georgia.
I had all my
So when
teeth,
you said
so
it
they
cost
charged
$3,
me double.
you said it cost $3. She was like, "Oh, no problem." She just shot out $3 in quarters, and there you go.
Do you mind quarters?
Hey, you ruined my beer. Oh, I'm sorry.
How about a couple of nickels? This is how you'll be able to hear the...
Yeah, just throw on the headphones right,
Oh,
right
I
in
got
front of you.
callers
there,
coming
yeah. Yep, calls coming in. It's probably our buddy. Good morning. You're on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Good morning. How is this? Talking to.
Hey, Caitlyn Jenner.
Who? It's Joe, Andy, and me. Who's this?
I don't know who this is. It's going to be a surprise guest then.
Maybe
Rocco?
I don't know. I don't know who this is. What is your name, sir?
No, it's actually
My
Stephen
name
Pearl.
My name is somebody you don't know who this is.
I think this is the real Steve Perillo from Rhode Island.
The
The reason why Steve Rocco Perillo has to have Rocco in his name.
It's Rocco. That's what his special should be called one day. Call me Rocco.
Yeah. So what would you like to talk about today, sir?
What I want to talk about today?
Yeah.
I don't know who this is either.
Wow. No, you're kind of scaring me with that
Did you
laugh.
smoke enough weed? To this?
Not enough, apparently, this morning.
Do you know who this is or not?
No, you said it's a surprise guest. I don't know who this is.
Well,
James Cagney?
I tell you who I am.
Sounds like
you should know who this is, Tony. It's your friend. It's your friend.
I will tell you, sir, that you should go on Instagram and check out my friend DJ D Love. That's what I will tell you.
You
to
sound
do,
like
sir.
you'd be somebody who'd be a big fan of his.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony. I got you again, Tony, every single day.
You get me every time, pal. Every time you get me. Yep. How are you today, pal?
Want to make sure.
That was like an evil. That was an evil laugh you had there.
Wait, is this is DJ D Love?
This is actually him. He
You
fooled
gotta
us.
be kidding.
He fooled us.
Wait a minute, guys.
Good. How you doing today?
What's up, Andy?
What's
What's up, Andy?
happening?
How you been?
Hanging in there, my man.
Well, guess what I got now on Instagram now.
What do you have on
Guess what I
Instagram?
got.
Pictures.
No.
Am I right?
Guess what I have?
Videos.
Guess what I have?
No, audio only.
Guess who sent me a friend request.
Guess who sent you a friend request? Donnie Wahlberg.
No, somebody on Gov's Radio, actually.
Somebody on Gov's Radio.
Don Silk.
No, he's still a loser.
Andy Plajanos.
Jeff Bosley.
No.
Oh, that was my guess.
We're out of guesses. Who
it.
friended you on Instagram?
Somebody you always known. Starts with an A. His first name starts with an A.
Well, I said you already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you send him one?
No. No, we're already friends.
No,
yeah.
he's goofy sometimes.
Goofy.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler?
Yep.
He's when is he on Gov's Radio? Didn't you say he's always on Gov's Radio?
You know, I say sometimes he comes on Gov's Radio once in a while.
Oh.
He's watching. Sometimes he watches too.
Sometime Adam Sandler watches
Adam
us?
Snare.
Oh, Adam Snare.
Oh, I know Adam. I love Adam.
Oh, I thought he said Adam Sandler.
He did.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Snare and Adam Sandler sound a lot alike.
I mean, I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
You ever seen
so-
Adam play the guitar? It's amazing.
I said, listen to this, though.
I mean, he is Jewish.
So this is this. I sent down a friend request, and and he never got me back. So he think he's a loser.
All right, I'll talk to Don Silk tomorrow night when we're live on the air. I will mention that. To
I
him.
have to call him in to tell him he's a loser because you know why? He is a loser.
Well, that's a good reason then.
It's called a tautology.
I think you're a loser. Get out of my face.
It's
But
true
the
in
other
every.
the other one sent me for a friend request. The little guy, the short little guy, he sent me one.
The short little guy, Sallie?
No, not Sally. No,
Oh, you mean old Sally boy from around the corner?
No, the other one last Saturday. The little short,
Oh,
the
Mario.
guy.
Mario
Yeah,
Bosco.
yeah.
Wait, I just love that little
Yeah,
short guy named Mario.
That chick
Eats mushrooms. Has a little brother named Luigi.
The chick in the
Well, DJ
Bota.
DJ D-Love and Mario were fighting with each other, and DJ goes, he says, listen to me, lady. We were dying. We were dying.
That's really funny.
We were cracking up.
Hey, Tony, finally Mario accepted my quest finally.
Who did?
Mario finally accepted my quest finally.
Oh, Mario did, right. All right, very good. All right,
Yep.
so, all right.
So, I got a little song for you guys.
Oh, good.
We would love to hear a
Love
song.
to hear the song.
Get our weekend started. Go ahead.
Is it rap or song?
Well, here we go. Here we go.
You'll be
Yo,
surprised.
my name's DJ Love. The
Yeah.
walkie-talkie program just sucks. Man, they talk trash about me, man. I don't give a fuck about that.
He
man,
don't give a fuck.
that ass. There's nothing but bullshit. Let me tell you,
Bullshit.
Or we can start off right now. You know what I'm saying?
Weekend
Last
all right.
week I went shopping. I know what I'm doing this week.
What?
And I don't know what I'm doing next week. I don't know what I'm doing this week.
I don't
Man,
know.
I hope
I
I
don't
get
know.
that job too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I hope I get that job
don't
for
know.
skating
I don't
rink,
know.
man. If I do, I'll let
I
you
don't
guys know,
know.
you
I don't
suckers.
know.
And as a matter of fact,
I
I
don't
see you
know.
guys
I
at
don't
the I see you guys at the
I
mystery
don't
too.
know. I don't
You better be
know.
there, you
What?
suckers.
I don't know.
That's what I gotta say. I
What?
better see you guys. I better see you guys at the. I better see you guys at
I
the
don't know.
mystery because
I
it's
don't
coming up very
know. I
soon.
don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
know. I
Because
don't
my name is DJ Love. The
don't
place
know.
to be.
I don't
I'm not a fake DJ, but I'm gonna tell you,
know.
I'm a real
Cannon,
motherfucking
Cannon.
DJ Love.
I don't know. I don't know.
I am a real DJ
I
Love.
don't know,
I've been
I
doing
don't
this
know.
now for 7 years.
I
And you guys
don't
know
know,
who
I
the
don't
frick
know.
I am? My name is
don't know,
DJ
I don't
Diesel in the house.
DJ.
In the house!
DJ Diesel. New track.
Between the three of you, that was the whitest rap I've ever heard in my
Oh,
life.
that was my goal.
Mission accomplished.
Nice job, DJ D-Love. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Oh,
Nice
it's great.
job.
Yeah,
I
no,
got to need the address to Tony for that day.
Yes, I will send it to you.
Thanks for calling in,
I
man.
thought
You're
it-
great.
I better see you. Hope you're going to be there too, Tony.
Yep, I'll be there. Absolutely, I'll be there.
Can you remember
Good,
my
I'll
name? My
be
name's
it.
Joe. You sound really cool, man.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, Joe.
Thank
There
you.
you go. Very nice.
You're the
Sweet.
best, dude.
Hey, Joe,
Appreciate
you
it.
send me a friend request. I accept yours too. Don't worry
Yeah, I'll
about
find you
that,
on
but I got you.
Instagram. I'll send you a friend request.
Insta.
And the Insta.
Yeah, you better. I hope so too.
All right, I don't want you to.
Love
Yeah.
5, homie.
Ah, man. Peace.
All right, DJ D-Love.
Send me the information there, Tony. I appreciate it.
I will.
Yeah,
I
man.
will.
Oh, do you find out about the staff thing for free?
No, I have not found out yet.
Well, you let me know, man. Let me get back to me.
All right, you got it.
All right, I gotta say something. One more thing before I leave. You
Go
know what
ahead.
it is?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. You sucker.
Suckers! There you
What
go.
was that? I just joined in on it at the end.
Suckers. Yeah, that's
Suckers.
that's his sign off.
This is Booker T thing? That's awesome.
Five time world.
Suckers! All right, see, this doesn't make sense to me. You guys are like sharing a brain here, yet, but now you have to be enemies next week and go after each other in a rap battle.
Oh, yeah. It's because people dropped out. We're replacements.
No, but look at if you look at the lineup,
Yeah.
everybody is their friend, the world comedy friends.
What
or
kind of rap roast
even
battle
beyond
is this?
comedy.
Then?
It's
It's
You
a
imagine-
friendly
What if
roast
we went
battle?
out there and actually battle rapped each other instead? What if we did that? Like if we came out in like hoodies, like 8 Mile, Eminem.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
And then like it's like every comedy, and all of a sudden you just come out and you're like, yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Oh man, not a call.
Yep, another call.
Hey, now.
People want to talk to you guys.
Hey now.
It's nobody I know. I don't have any friends anyway.
You're live at the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Who this be?
What's going on, Tony? What's going on, Andrew? What's going on? I guess Joe is his name.
Yes.
Good guess. Oh my God, we've only said it like 15 fucking times. Good for you, Joe.
It's a hard one to remember since it's the same as yours.
True. Well, I forget my name at times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're now on to the special needs portion of the
Yeah,
show.
exactly.
Sweet.
I said, let me wait for DJ Love, whatever his fucking name is, to get off, you know? So what's going on, guys?
Same old shit. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad. Can't complain.
What are you doing this weekend?
Not a goddamn thing.
Oh, all right.
Sounds like my uncle.
No.
Who knows?
I'm relaxing this
He gets
weekend.
around. He could be.
No.
Uncle
no,
Russ,
no,
what are you
no.
doing? Not a goddamn thing. Wife's up my ass every night.
All right, so
What do you want to have a goddamn
Why
beer?
that turned into Archie Bunker? I'm
Just
sorry.
a guy. Yeah, I did. I tried to go in there too, Edith. If I'm crying out loud, Edith.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Archie. I'm not gonna be that bad anymore.
Oh, Lord.
Terry McNeely's listening to this.
Jesus Christ, there, Edith. I can't blow my load while I'm fucking you from behind like this.
Oh, Archie,
It
I'm
must be
sorry. I want all
Friday.
your love go
It's
all
definitely
over
Friday,
my
yes.
back.
I can't jerk off in the shower thinking about the neighbor's wife if you're talking.
Hey, Joe, you see what you got yourself into?
Yeah, a lot of
You
cum.
two nut fucking crackers over here.
Nut fucking crackers.
Nut fucking crackers.
That's hilarious.
Any plans this weekend there, Beansy?
No, actually, no. Seriously, no.
So he called,
No.
and he's got nothing.
I know, I
You
love
love
that.
those callers.
No, I got nothing.
Oh,
I got nothing. This
It's like that
week I
friend
got
that calls
shit,
just
man.
to say hi. Hey, I just seen how you doing. What do you want? Nothing. How you doing? How you doing? I'm fucking working.
No,
Busy.
no, this is what happens. I always follow up with a call after DJ Love.
Ah, okay,
Always.
so it's a tandem.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
double shot. Right.
All right.
Yeah, double dose.
Knockem Dead Radio.
fucking-
Double shot. Double shot of love coming up next. Double,
You know, we get the day started
That was
like
3
this,
times.
you know?
Yes, absolutely. All right, Joe. Well, thanks for checking in, and
All right,
we'll
man.
talk to you next week.
Take care, bro.
You got it, man. Take care. Have a
Kill
good weekend,
Whitey.
guys.
Right. Peace, love, kill Whitey.
So yeah,
Drive
so
fast, take chances.
this should definitely be an M&M thing, or just a real fight. You guys should just come out with
Oh yeah,
boxing
that'd
gloves
also be
and
funny if we just
punch.
just start punching each other.
Actually,
Just be Fight Club. Like
like
at the
actually,
end of it, they're like, Andy, stop, get off of him. What? No shirts, no shoes, right?
like if there was money involved, I would totally. I would
I'd
take the
crack-
beating. I
yeah.
would take the beating. I blade
You're in the Air
myself.
Force, man. What am I, an angsty kid from the Hamptons? I mean, you've got me.
You're young. You're spry. Like you're,
No,
you're
you-
fucking frenetic.
See, this is how he's messing with your mind. He's got he's already beaten you in his mind. He's got
beating him off.
That would win if you just start jerking me off in the middle of the fight.
Like, I can't say anything
Like,
bad.
hey, whoa, whoa!
I can't say
Hey.
anything bad because I really. Oh God, his hand is like a fucking.
You'd be like,
a
Andy, you
vice-
got 15 minutes to stop that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's like
Andy,
a
you've got
bench vice.
5 minutes to stop that. Actually,
What do you do to get that kind of power in your fingers?
in front of all these people, kind of like it was a lot. In front of all these people, call me later, Andy, please.
Yeah.
That's how I found out I was gay. Anyway,
Hey, more than 25 times. Up to 25 times, you're still experimenting.
what's the Attell
person.
joke? It's the Attell. I love the Attell joke where he's just like, Dave, you always talk about being gay. How you know you wouldn't like being gay? I know I wouldn't like being gay because one time during a horrible farming accident, a cucumber went up my ass 5 times. It's my favorite thing.
Well, one of my favorite fucking things to say about when people are cheating, like especially a dude, it's like, stop. You can't tell me that you tripped, fell, and your
Landed
fucking
on his dick.
and
Yeah.
your dick fell into a
Right.
fucking pussy.
That's like those old sayings. I used to call them old Italian man sayings, but they're just like these generational things.
Yeah, but it's good to be fucking racist.
It's like, yeah, of course.
The fucking wops.
This
It's a
world,
wop
needs a
saying.
little, this world needs
Guineas?
a little Italian racism, if you ask me. Too many of you guys walking around.
Do you guys speak English? Guineas, wops, dagos?
It's terrible. The neighborhood's going to shit. Everywhere I wake up in the morning, I got 5 Italian restaurants, meatballs everywhere. I can't take it.
Which, you know what popped into my head? This is one of the great. This is why I love hanging out with Joe and Billy, is because it's a constant like.
We're not
riff off.
funny though.
No, obviously. And Perillo definitely pointed that out to us. But I just thought of a great superhero.
What?
White Flight.
What's white flight?
Well, he'd be an Italian guy who used to live back in the neighborhood, but he moved down here.
Oh, Vinny got out. Vinny's doing good for himself.
I live right off the Parkway because I don't want to be off the fucking expressway because then a bus could be near my house. Jesus Christ. You know, one of the city buses. I don't want them out here.
That's so funny.
I commute an hour and a half to get to the expressway every day and then another 2 hours into the city and do the same thing back so I can live Here. Away from there. Where those people are.
That was like one of those guys.
White flight.
Yeah. That was like one of those guys that when they move to like Florida or some shit, they always just like, they're always like, well, you know, I hail from, you know, Staten Island, but, you know, I currently live, my address. You know, I haven't lived there in fucking 25 years, dude. You live in Florida now. Come on.
Yeah. No, once New York, always New York.
No, you live in Dakota.
Yeah, no.
I'm a diehard Yankee fan.
I hate that. It's like the people that moved down to Florida and they're like, no. I bring it in from back home. It's like, if you wanted to be back home, you would have been back home. You wouldn't be down here jerking off in the sun every morning in a trailer drinking fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's the same thing as people who walk around with their Irish flags, their Italian flags. Meanwhile, they've never even been there.
Yeah. But it's not. A lot of that, because it's like, it's either you're really Irish or really Italian from Long Island. There's nothing else. That's it. That's it. You're just Irish or Italian from Long Island.
Or you're both. Maureen Saliani.
I used to do a.
That's like everybody.
I used to do a bit when I was starting out a couple years ago where I was like, hello, my name's Joe Winchell and I'm from Long Island. I'm Irish, but like most families on Long Island, I was raised Italian. It's true. But it's fucking true. It doesn't matter. You could be Asian. I went to fucking high school with an Asian kid named Maki. And he talked like his name was Vinny from the Bronx. Like it's just the way that's the accent you get.
See, now I was in basic training with a guy from Malaysia, like born and raised.
Yeah.
And his name was, because we saw the paperwork with our orders on it, and his last name was Wong, first name was Ga, which the way they say it would be Wanga.
Wanga.
And
wait, why?
So me and this guy, John Mauersberger from Freeport, who was we were like, oh, Long Island, we're the only 3 people going to, and 2 of us are from Long Island. It's fucking great. We'd be like, hey, what's your name? And he's like, oh, my name is Norman. Like, your name is Norman? Really? And then, like, Mauersberger had the orders, and he's like, are you Wong? He's like, no, I'm white. No, I'm again. I've never even said that before. Like that was totally in the moment. This is the magic. This is why you do the magic.
This is why we do the morning radio show. Hi, you're hanging out with Andy and the Butt here on 97.5.
The
Butt. Dude, it's my dream to work at one of those radio stations.
Oh,
at one
me
point
too.
In my
When I
life.
was little.
I really did.
I made a tape for the Air Force to try out for their.
You didn't get Andy. You of all people didn't want to get on the Air Force morning radio show.
But they wanted to become a broadcaster because they. And it was hilarious. I never heard back from them, so I'm like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
I got back from basic and tech school, so now I already have my job. I get back to my dad's, and my dad's like, oh, there's only one piece of mail that came for you. And he would hand.
Something about that's so fucking dickish. Oh, look, we only got one piece of mail.
I got
some man. You are a big Air Force guy.
I got 3 pieces of mail the entire time I was in basic.
Jesus
at basic,
Christ.
2 of them were bills that were forwarded by my
Somebody go up to you and be like, "Are your parents dead?" Like,
right?
Do you have nobody? Did you have nothing and join the Air Force to like start a life?
But they returned my tape with this list of like 25 things that were wrong with my voice. Like I was too, I sounded too regional.
Did you say ethnic? Were you going to say you sound too ethnic?
I was. Look, because I sounded like I was from New York. And that's how I've just told you like last week, where people be like, "Oh, you're from New York?"
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'm from New York. You don't sound like it, but you know what? You kind of look like it.
What does that mean?
Does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
No, like okay, there it is.
If you go to the right, yeah. If you go to the South, they'll ask you to say words.
Oh yeah.
I was in Texas and I met like rural Texans or whatever.
You know, Aboriginal Texans.
Aboriginal Texans.
The natives.
You know, there was
Texas.
There was a guy, yeah, because I consider any place between, what's the Dice said this? He's like, any place between New York and L.A. is farmland.
Yeah, it's flyover
fucking
country.
farmer country.
That's when the New Yorker magazine had that great cartoon. It was just all flyover. It was like New York, L.A., and Chicago was like.
It's just farmland. But they asked me to say shovel. They're like, we say shovel? Shovel. I'm like, because you immediately get offended as a New Yorker right away.
What the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Well,
Why
you
the
have
fuck?
to. That's a self-defense. That's being a New Yorker. You have to.
No, my thing is to do this. I pretend like I can't hear you. Huh?
Yeah. What?
Hoping that's like I learned that from watching too many Joe Pesci movies.
Yeah. What?
Right.
What'd you say to me?
But yeah, everywhere you go, like I don't know, it's like this. New York accents are looked at like they're just dissected in other parts of the country. It's weird.
Well, I don't know if I've ever told you. I know you've maybe heard this too many times. The New York metro area are the only Anglophiles, are the only English speakers who say marry, Mary, and Mary differently.
Mary.
So Mary got married, now she's Mary. They would say Mary got married and is now Mary. No shit.
I learned something today here on Governor's Radio.
Yeah.
You got to get that decal.
The more you know.
But I don't know. I was thinking I was actually on the way up here. I was thinking for the roast, it would be really funny if you remember when like we did like the Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan like signing of the contract. It's just Hogan shaking the whole time. Doesn't understand why his best friend has betrayed them. Andy would have to be.
It's the praying, the training, and the vitamins, brother.
I love how your wrestling impressions all sound. It's the same.
Yes, no, it totally is.
Just the earth.
That's what. Like I love Nick Tardo.
I love Tardo.
I love him on many levels. But what started me was
does he do wrestling impressions?
His whole IGA. Haven't you ever seen him do his thing about IGA?
No, I haven't had a chance.
He's like, I work at a grocery store. It's called the International Grocers Association.
No way to have seen this.
It sounds like a 1980s
wrestling promotion.
Yeah. And then the lady slips or whatever. He goes, excuse me, ma'am. I just have to tell you that the IGA does not take any sort of responsibility for your fall.
Oh man,
fucking hilarious!
It's the best
because he does that Nikki Parlay thing, which is
that I do know. Yeah.
The Nikki Parlay every week.
Nikki Parlays, yeah. There he's talking. Oh look,
the garbage.
WrestleMania 43 or 23.
He's like, so my NFL picks from last week.
Yeah.
He takes the garbage pail. It actually says trash.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's like, so week 2, this perfectly encapsulates all of my picks from last week. It's fucking great.
I'm gonna do the entire roast battle as Macho Man when I go.
Yeah, I wanted to do some of that, but like make it sort of
Indy Plagianos. You come in here right now and you see a lot of big words.
Why do the warrior?
But let me tell you something right now, Air Force boy. Every time you come in here, I hear substandard material, not good material. I don't like it. I push it aside. Yeah. I think you got a weird face. I don't like it. Every time I look at it, I think, am I looking at a person or am I seeing an extraterrestrial?
Joe Winchell! Joe Winchell! The warrior does not respect you at all. The warrior and the spirit of the warrior sees you as a...
I can't watch it.
Yeah, no,
I love it. No, that's good.
Damn.
Let's do that.
I don't want to
Let's totally do that. I'll do Andre the Giant. You want
now
to do
I'm
Andre
dizzy.
The Giant?
I was hyperventilating myself.
And we'll pajamas. I don't like you at all. I squash your head like a grape. Andre the Giant.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
Now we'll do that. This is we're gonna fuck this whole thing up. They're gonna be so mad at us by the end of it.
Dino Bravo. I would go with Dino Bravo.
I'll do Jake the Snake then.
Because Dino Bravo had French Canadian accent.
Yeah, no.
And really bad French Canadian accent.
That's every French Canadian wrestler. Yeah. That's Pat Patterson. That's everybody.
Yeah.
I'll just do Jake the Snake, where I just talk about secretly sleeping with your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to come into the room, don't you? You can't. You really can't. Bring her back in here, I say. Because that's the blood of the lamb.
Okay, brother.
Dude, I watch a lot of
now I'm going to have to go with Roddy Piper then. Okay.
He's the hardest one to do because he would do this thing where he would touch his head the whole time.
Right, yeah.
And he would just be like, nah, I can't do it because he has this he would just rev up.
Yeah.
If you watch They Live, I can only do Roddy Piper from They Live, where he's just like, you, real ugly. You, not bad.
I came in here to do 2 things. Chew bubblegum and kick some ass.
And I'm all out. Because he was...
I'm all out of bubblegum. Yeah, he had that... you know what it is? My first wife was from Saskatchewan.
Really?
Yeah. So, hey? You want to go down to the rink? We'll slap the puck around a bit.
I love that accent. I used to date a girl from Wisconsin. She had lost it
because
Wisconsin. She lived in New York for long enough where but it would come out. And it would just be like Francis McDormand, like, "Oh, you betcha, yeah." And
Well,
I'd be
that's
like, there it is.
And that's the no dax, no
Yeah.
dac, no brain. When I was in North Dakota,
The no dax?
yeah, North Dakota.
No
So
dac,
there's
no brain.
Sodac and no dac.
Fucking
Like,
hilarious.
you know, yeah, me and the fellas going down to the flaxseed farm part for the back 40, you know, and we're gonna go ahead and just do some farming today on the thresher.
It's true. I remember when I called in, I called the place in Wisconsin for the first time. It's, you know, how it usually is.
That sounds like you just call fucking places.
No.
I haven't called Wisconsin.
No, I was there
Hello,
for
Wisconsin.
no, I was there for a
This is
wedding.
Joe Winchell.
I was there for a wedding.
And so you were making a
And I was making a call. Well, yeah, because, you know, I had to see, you know, you have to try the new escorts in the area. But
Right.
And then it's a lot of thick women out there.
They don't do letters of introduction.
Farm
anymore.
women out there.
So you have to call ahead to the escort.
No, but I was calling a place to book a haircut or something. I was in a wedding party and I didn't get a haircut. And they're very. In New York, it's just hello, how are you doing? Yeah, okay, bye. You know, not even a hello, how are you doing? They're just like, and she's like, hello, and I'm like, yeah, this is my name's John. I'm just looking for get a haircut. And she's like, all right, how you doing over there?
What do you know?
I immediately looked to what I was doing. That I'm sitting in a chair and I have a Gatorade in my hand. I'm on the phone with you. What are you doing? And then she was like, oh, you know, I had a little bit of a rough one. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't care. And then I booked my appointment. And then I hung up the phone. And then I had to call my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, hey, is everybody like this over there? She's like, what, do they give you like a 10-minute conversation? I'm like, about, yeah. She's like, yeah, it's pretty standard. Most people keep on the phone for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
A carpet place will keep you on the phone for 20 minutes.
Do you ever listen to NPR on the weekends?
Fuck yeah.
There's.
I love NPR.
I was going to say, I'm going to out us as being like.
I don't give a fuck.
the tea or latte.
I like talk radio.
Drinking time. No, I feel you. But the what do you know?
And smooth jazz.
The what do you know show.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, what do you know? Not much. You?
Yeah.
That's out of Wisconsin. That's
Oh, really?
Have
Yeah.
you
I've never heard of it.
What do you know?
It's
I've
so
never heard
funny.
of that. No.
I crack up I listen to it just for the accents. I couldn't tell you what they talk about in that show, but it's fucking
Minnesota. Out there,
hard,
Minnesota. Up north, like way north.
And I call up and I go, Vikings suck, go Green Bay.
Or really go old school. Go Tampa.
Go Tampa. Tampa.
Like they're not even in our division anymore.
But it's probably like, I love
this guy, Ben.
I do love the Midwest.
Yeah, no, I do too. If North Dakota wasn't in the middle of fucking nowhere,
right?
I loved.
That's the
being
only
up
drawback. The people are actually extremely nice.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went in there and I got a Bloody Mary and I figured that whole gambit out.
Don't talk about sex here.
I know. That's a special. That's a special request. You got to get her at the end of the week. For a reason.
Why are you telling me that Mary was on the rag? That doesn't seem like that's part of the story.
It's like look at go into like a brothel and they have you a menu. It's just like yes, and I'll have the Bloody Mary, please.
That old joke. That's an old joke.
How spicy do you want it?
Does it come with any horseradish?
Does it come? As a little horseradish.
The horse is extra.
But it's it's good horseradish.
Have you ever had it with the horseradish? There's something not right about it. Just
can't have Bloody Mary. Who has a Bloody Mary without a horseradish?
It's the mouthfeel. It's off.
I'm never allowed on this show again. He came in. He talked about eating pussy periods.
I just think my mother's gonna yell at me.
She's the one that's listening right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm not like this.
No, he's not. She's drunk. Don't worry.
It's true. Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not like this when people tell me not to be.
Yes, gave no preparation to the young man.
I learned that real quick. I was at a funeral and I couldn't stop. I was like, I have to get out of here. They're like, why? I'm like, because I asked for it. I asked if they were holding my table when I came into the place.
Nice.
My friend's father has passed away. I'm a garbage person.
My grandfather used to say, like, hey, you know, I've just figured out how to get a free haircut.
Oh God.
I'm like, oh no shit, how's that? He goes, when I go, what place is that, Grandpa? Over at O.B. Davis. Which is a funeral home in Port Jeff.
Yeah, God.
Like, oh my God.
I just lay there, and if you lay there long enough, they start, they actually give you a nice suit.
See, now, like people who are funny people tend to, like, it's our coping mechanism. I was at the wake of...
That's why I was really uncomfortable. That's why I was.
Yeah.
I had to keep making jokes because I hated it.
A friend of mine's grandfather passed away, and he was, like, super racist. Like we would go over to his house for to watch football games.
Remember when like it was like because that was this thing that I had where like I remember hearing from friends. I was like, "This is my grandpa." Grandpa doesn't like Asians very much.
Right? Yeah. No.
You know, it was always very old people had so specific prejudices.
Yes.
But he'd be like,
you know,
he would say things like, "Look at that monkey run," and we're like,
"Oh
my
God,
it's fucking horrible." But you know, through the years, whatever. My friend lived with his grandparents, and then here it is, and his nickname was Wimpy, and everybody called him Wimpy.
Thought he liked Popeye, right?
Well, he was a sailor, like he had been in the Navy and whatever. And I guess he was kind of a stout dude, but we're there and
turns out it's like because he liked gargling.
They didn't really go to right. Who knew? I mean, I wish I knew when he was alive.
He makes that noise when he gargles. Popeye, nah. Popeye, no, it's from Chugging Dick.
Whatever. But there's a character on Popeye called Wimpy.
Oh, my mom's not listening right now.
About.
I hope she is.
Poor sweet mother.
But so Wimpy, the priest is never nowadays. Nobody goes to church or anything.
Yeah.
You know, you stop going.
Yeah.
And so the priest was like an Indian, South Asian.
That's actually my priest
Indian
in my town. My mom
priest.
still goes to church, and he's like, yeah.
So he's up there and he's like talking about the last moments, and he goes, "I came in to pray with Doris and Wimpy, and he couldn't talk, but as we held hands as we said the Lord's Prayer, I could feel the strength and validity of Wimpy as he grasped my hand." So now it's after the service. I go up to, like, my buddy is like, okay, so here's the casket. He's like just off, so when people leaving could after last respects. And his mom is a fucking puddle. She's a mess. Right?
Oh, I thought you meant she was excited.
No, I wish. She was the one. She was always trying to hook up
Aunt
with one
Doris
of my
is
friends.
drenched.
Her name is Judy. Be like, hey, how's Judy?
Wow.
But
Aunt Judy is drenched.
So I go up and I like it's like 2 or 3 people. I walk up to my buddy and I go, everybody says, "Oh, it was a nice service. Oh, no, that was good."
Okay.
And I go, I couldn't help but think that when he got to the part where he said that Wimpy's hand was really strong, Wimpy probably thought he had him by the neck. They like my buddy.
That's one of those. That's one of those jokes where you make the face afterwards. Or you say it, you don't hear anything right away, and you're like,
no, actually, because he laughed so loud.
You know what I mean? Hey, story of my life.
He laughed so loud, and immediately everybody looked over at us. And now there's 3 people; they're all laughing, and I'm like, I'm obviously the one who said something funny because I'm looking around, everybody going, "Stop, guys, stop."
For some reason, you don't want to be the guy that makes everybody laugh at a
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
It's true.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
I did that. Anytime it's worse though because like I have a lot of friends that's like, no, we have to treat this very seriously, and I'm like, nah, I shouldn't be here, like, because like obviously I feel bad, but I'll say something offhand, and then I'll get the look of just like the I'm gonna look at all of you in disgust. Ugh.
I'm the same way. It's sad, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you can't laugh or have a light moment. But
I walked out and I said, "This is the saddest restaurant I've ever been to. I'd like my money back, please." And then the lady that runs it, who was like, I fucked with her because she looked like it was her second day at a funeral home. And I was like, I need my money back. This is the saddest restaurant I've ever been to. And she goes, "What?" I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out and smoke 10 cigarettes in the parking lot.
That roast was terrible. It was cold.
Well, Sallie and I were at a wake once, and she's not Catholic, so the old Catholic ways that the priest comes to the wake the night before the funeral, and he does a little service, and he'll even sometimes he starts singing or whatever he starts doing.
The talk singing.
Through
him, with him, and him, in the unity of the Holy Spirit. All glory and honor is yours now and forever, Almighty Father. Or whatever I got from the end.
There's some variations.
That's good.
So I like the remix.
I got molested at a young age.
I was an altar boy, but I've had terrible self-confidence issues because
I wasn't cute. I wasn't cute enough to be touched.
They never tried to hook up with me.
I hated those priests. Why? What happened? Nothing.
And
absolutely nothing.
What's wrong with me?
I would walk around with the alb tucked into the back of my pants. And still nothing.
See, you weren't playing hard to get.
I was desperate.
You had assless altar boy robes.
Yeah,
it never. Beverly Roth wore those in the 80s.
Assless albs. Yeah.
So the priest starts going into this. Sallie had no idea this goes on.
Yeah.
And we're sitting all the way in the back, smack middle.
Oh no, we got the giggles.
I was like, what the? And I'm elbowing her. Stop it! And I grew up very strict Catholic household, and and I don't really follow Catholicism anymore, but it's still ingrained in your head. Like,
oh yeah, it never leaves you.
I'm going to die for this.
I was in Catholic school. That shit doesn't go.
Oh yeah, so I'm like, stop it, and she wouldn't. She just couldn't stop. So and it gets to the point where she's not like this to make it try to look like she's crying.
Right.
But nobody was fooled, and we're actually, you actually see people looking at us, and there's one guy that I know that had a falling out with, haven't spoken to him. He's giving us the evil eye. I'm like, ugh. So I'm trying to do, give him the finger as I'm,
Just you doing what? Hey,
I was like, turn the fuck around,
the fuck up, Phil.
But I couldn't freaking believe it.
You start giving him the
oh, you just dead
little flared nostril action. You give the little nod.
Shut the fuck up.
Turn the fuck around.
Turn the fuck around, man. Huh?
This is what? Yeah.
You got no respect for the country? Shut the fuck up.
Dude, as soon as this priest fucking stops talking, I'm fucking...
That's what every white person did to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They were
it's like I'm trying to make him stand up with my mind.
Yeah. Yes, idiots.
He'll get up, right? I did that once when my kids were in high school. This kid... I forget what the story was, but you know what it was? Some kid, a neighbor of mine, like the teenagers had a party, and the beer, and they were going nuts.
Nice.
And the cops came, and for whatever, I don't know why, but for some reason, these people 2 houses away, for some reason they thought I called the cops to bring, to break the party, which I didn't. Swear to God, I
you're
didn't.
fucking.
Honest to God, I didn't. But they thought it was me. So some kid posted a picture on. And I think it was still Twitter was still the cool thing at the time. This is how long ago it was. took my face and put Hitler mustache on and not like the Nazi uniform.
Did like the whole
so
nice,
that
good
little
work.
Cool.
fucker,
Pretty cool, right?
What a
looked
prick.
really awesome.
What a prick. Yeah.
Well, of course.
What a prick. That's such a great
Like,
idea.
hey, thanks for the cool picture, dude.
That's a really good idea.
So I was just up for that play about Hitler. I got the part. So
it's funny. I can't take my film to get developed because I think I'd be reported when I dress up like that.
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, dude?
So like a week later, I'm at the high school. I had to pick my kid up for one of my kids up for whatever reason, and I'm standing at the entrance of the school. Kids are getting on the bus, and the kid that posted this picture, he's sitting on the bus, and I got this perfect view of him. So the reason I'm bringing this is because I did just that. I flared the nostrils, and I'm just looking at him. But in my head the whole time, like, if this guy only knew what a pussy I really am, and how tough I'm not. But in my head, I'm laughing at myself. But the whole time, I'm just. And he was very uncomfortable. He's trying to make conversation with his buddies, but you see he's looking at me. It must have been 5 minutes straight.
You do have a look where if I'm like, if I don't know you, I'm like, this guy
face.
this guy might get knocked out, but he's going to try not to.
Or he has a thyroid condition. I'm not sure yet.
He's going to come. He's going to
one
limp.
or the other.
He's going to limp over to me.
hop over.
Meanwhile, you ever psych somebody out though with that mentality? It feels good.
You're lucky I don't have my ass kicking fucking leg on.
What do you got to say about it? I don't know. What do you got to say about it? Nothing, man. Nothing. Oh my God! Thank God. I was going to ask. It's an Eddie Murphy joke where he's just, I almost got my ass kicked.
It does work though sometimes they'll, if you don't want them to know that you're not, because I'm the biggest goofball there is.
Me too. Yeah.
But I do have a mean. I got all sorts of stories about people with
Your
my
resting
face,
bitch face is powerful.
But I'll keep it going if I tune into it. But I'm not that smart. I don't always tune into it. But when I pick it up, I purposely keep it going.
Yeah.
Just to mess with them.
You got those Lex Luthor eyebrows. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. They used to be
Ming
Spock.
the Merciless.
Spock eyebrows.
Ming the Merciless. Yeah.
Release the hot hail.
Will you dress up as Will you dress up as the Hawkmen with me? Fly my Hawkman! First wave! Jive!
This should be what you guys do at the
second wave.
You guys just constantly bonding and just joking together. That should be the roast battle.
It just turns out that me and Andy have a nice conversation up there. Yes. Oh man, what did you think of the Mets game the other day? They suck. Yeah, I know, but like,
we hold hands, look into each other's eyes, and like, I respect everything you do.
I learned
Joe.
something about you and myself today. You're all assholes.
Yeah.
Friendship is.
That would be.
You know what? I'm going to go on right now. That would probably be. We'd win the roast if we did that.
Yes.
There's a winner?
No one really
really
but everybody
wins.
likes to talk shit, and that's how usually the next round of once a roast battle happens, somebody always says something like, oh man, so and so really fucking lit you up. I would have fucking destroyed them. And then that person's like,
what the
you
hell
would
is
destroy
that?
them?
I've done a couple roasts at this point.
Hey, Joe. Tony said that he could have fucking destroyed you.
Oh, he said that, did he?
Yeah. It's like, I'd love to fucking. Yeah.
I always hear that from I have a lot of like people like my friends will say that. I would have said this, and I'm like, that's just racist. Don't say that.
Right, right. Usually it's
that's just hurtful. Like they don't get it. They were like, oh, they told him his fucking mother's sucking dicks in hell and dead and getting impaled through the pussy on a stick, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is not funny at all.
Have you taken your medication recently?
It sounds like you just quoted a Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is everything all right at home?
Because they don't see it, because they go and watch like Jeff Ross or something, and they're like, you don't get the art to what they're doing to it. Like, it's fucked up that they're laughing about AIDS, but it's because this is this person has got a connection to it somehow.
Right.
You're allowed to go that hard. Don't just go up to somebody and say, "I want to kill your fucking mother." Like, oh, is that funny? Is that so funny?
Oh, it's a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, I hope your mother gets raped by several nuns. Am
I right? Am I right?
I'm king of the roast.
Roast king. Mark it down.
I'm sitting there just like that. Your friend? I'm like, I've never seen this person before in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
The crazy guy. I already called the cops, you guys.
Yeah, because they think that you just have to be mean.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's an element of meanness to it.
I
learned that when I started doing it. I thought you just had to be mean.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I admit
it's
that.
so awkward to be in one where you're watching and one of them is doing the right thing and the other one
is not doing the right thing.
Is not. And you're like, it's like it actually ends up kind of killing the other person.
It's kind of like a tanking someone's set beforehand a little bit.
Right.
Like kind of setting all their jokes up to fail with your own set. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know, because there's some of it, it's tough. Roasts aren't for everybody. I will say this as like, as far as I've done a couple of roasts with people, and a couple of people I know have done this thing where it's like, it's really fine. It's not going to bother me. And then like I see like a couple of days later, it's on Facebook. And I'm just like, that was a month. Like, it's
words hurt.
Yeah, you know what and it wasn't even that like, but it wasn't like, it's stuff that you hear that you look at it and you're like, I understand, but at the same time, this is the kind of thing that you signed up for and everything. Yeah. And like, I doubt anybody's going to say so scathing on a Long Island roast.
So it definitely helps them to know the guy personally.
Yeah, it always helps. It should be done that way.
Know those inside jokes.
Be done that way.
And to get back to that first question,
the mistake is
it's an hour later.
I think the mistake people usually run into is they'll put a bunch of people that don't know each other.
Yes.
Right.
And then you'll say some fucked up shit to each other, and then all of a sudden you're
it's like real beef. Yeah.
Then it's like, well, that's fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, but you hired me to do a job.
Right.
You hired me, paid me $60 or whatever. Like
I am a professional. I do what I do. At you.
Peter Sellers?
Well, I guess it would be a little Peter Sellers. By the way, I like to watch.
Well, we know that about
That's from Peter Sellers being
I like
there.
To watch. Any
you like to watch?
If there's any grandma listeners out there, I like to watch.
You send your panties, used preferably. Either way.
For
whatever reason you needed to change
You got to use catheter laying around that you don't need. Send it my way.
P.O. Box.
Emphasis on the P.O.
Because I like to get peed on, you know what I'm saying?
I'm interested in wet work, if you know what I mean.
Well, speaking of grandma,
the
did you guys
water
see,
sports.
Did you see Madonna on Fallon last night? Anybody?
No, she just came out. Didn't she just drop another album?
Yeah.
Jesus
out of her
Christ.
vagina?
Well, that's
Boy,
right.
things keep falling
That
out
era of
there.
Madonna was a while ago.
Well, that's why I asked, because she's still.
I didn't watch it, but I'm too fixated on Machine Gun Kelly and why he exists still.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Like he couldn't pick.
I could.
Pick
He looks
me
like
out.
a kid he looks like every kid I went to high school with now.
Oh, really?
He dresses like a 16-year-old. Madonna will probably date him.
Oh, good. Well, he's with Megan Fox.
Yeah, because in Hollywood you just kind of fail upwards, right? Like when you get bitch slap out of rap by a really well-known rapper, how do you walk out of that being like, I totally won that? You know what I'm going to do now? Pop punk. That's what I'm going to do. That seems like like if Biggie and Tupac were alive and Biggie won that beef and Tupac was like, clearly I won that. I'm going to do folk music now.
Right.
Like he didn't win that. You know what I mean?
Picked up the mandolin. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, picked up and decided to.
I like medieval era ballads.
Yeah.
Once
Tupac's like, I only play harmonica now.
Who loved his lady love.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. And everybody,
sick track, Tupac.
And this dude's just showing up at like metal festivals and being like, "Fuck Corey Taylor," and I'm like, "What the fuck has Slipknot ever done to you?" He's like, "I'm glad I'm not some old guy." First of all, you're 30, dude.
Yeah.
You're 30, and your hair, you look like Devin Sawa on SLC Punk, and he was 22 when he did that. It's ridiculous. And he's like, he's sitting there, he's just like, "I'm glad I'm not some old fuck on stage wearing some stupid fucking mask." I'm like, dude, give me a fucking break. What rock star stuff have you done? One of those guys will pee in their own mouth if they get drunk enough. That's pretty rock star to me. You know, what have you done? Yeah, you bang Megan Fox, but you probably cry when you eat her out. I'm sorry to say so pretty.
Could you just take a shower first?
I saw a meme that.
Could you just take a shower first?
Megan Fox and that. It looks like when, if you ever worked in a restaurant, it looks like when waitresses date fucking chefs.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I saw a meme that said that, and I was like, that nails it.
Yeah, wow.
Oh my god,
I have not seen that, but holy shit, that's like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, because people are fascinated by celebrity, and I'm fascinated with people's fascination with celebrity.
Chefs, the line cook.
Chefs, the chefs, the thing that the line cook.
Yes, chef.
Some douchey.
What would you like me to get for
And that's what it
you?
is. It's some douchey looking asshole that gets a bunch of tattoos and thinks he was going to be a rock star, and then he's just like,
I do a lot of
I
heroin.
plate stuff for a living.
Yeah.
You're not a chef.
Right.
Like, you're not a chef. I don't care if any chefs. I'll look in the mirror right now. If there's any chefs out there that fucking come at me. I live in the Hamptons. I'm Tony Stark right now. Fucking 70 Mile Misery Drive. Come at me.
Man,
Do you really live in the Hamptons?
I do, yeah.
You drove here from the Hamptons today?
Yeah.
Holy
I hate it out there. I've hated it out there for years. It's like beautiful, but it's just...
You hate it in the Hamptons?
Yeah, it's
really
the
why?
It's a lot of people out there. I know that sounds so fucking.
You're in the
like,
cool part of the Hamptons.
I'm on the outskirts technically,
That's
but I
what
can
I'm
usually
doing.
get out really well. I'm not in the heart of it. I live in a town called Sag Harbor.
Oh yeah,
It used to be a drive-through town for years.
Yeah, right.
Because people would go to fucking East Hampton, Montauk, so it was a drive-through town, and then
And then Billy Joel bought a place there, and that was the end of it.
No, he had, dude. It's so funny. I just saw him the other day. We were on Memorial Day parade because my father marked us in, so we were down there watching the parade, and he's got like right on Main Street's the house.
Yeah,
and he's just out there, hair askew. He's like,
Not
Memorial Day, and I'm like,
not marching,
this fucking
but
guy's
waving.
drinking again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This fucking guys, but he's like, hey, he was talking to people, and I'm like, I wanted to go up to him and be like, play Big Shot. Oh, hey, Big Shot. You got a kazoo. Just wanted to take a shot. You know what I mean? What if I just started with the harmonica and went, and he was like, oh, we're getting into this.
Could you just do that whistle? I know you can't get the piano out here.
I make fun
Could
of
you
Billy.
whistle for us?
I make fun of Billy Joel, but I so desperately want to go see him at fucking Madison Square Garden.
That would
I
be
want to
cool.
go. I want to get good and stoned and just sit there and just be like,
Just let your
town girl.
Just let that white out.
All my white out,
That-
man.
that-
All
that-
the white out.
That
Listen,
little white boy that I keep locked up, not in my basement, but he's
No.
different. The one inside
no,
of
the
me.
nerdy white. You got to let the nerdy white out. You know, we try to hide it because
Say hello to Hollywood.
we want to seem cool to our black friends,
Right.
But we, you know, I jump on that every time. As soon as any of my black friends go, I like Billy Joel. I'm like, you do? Like,
Were you standing out in front of Farrell's when we had the show there, and
when Keith was there,
and there was a drug deal between two of the other comics?
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And you guys are all like, what? It's legal now. It's okay. And whatever. I go, no, you're gonna get Keith shot. Yeah. Keith Fairfax was there, black guy. Again, it had nothing to do with
audience. It's okay. I remember Keith laughing very hard at that.
Yeah, no,
it
he
was
was
okay. Audience.
And he was actually like, yeah. Wait a second, you guys almost got me
Dude, that
killed.
dude's one of the funniest motherfuckers I know.
Yeah,
he
no,
really-
absolutely.
he's got the driest delivery in the world, but he's doing this thing. He has this bit where he's talking about how like he had like not an altercation with the police, but he had an altercation with a homeless person, and he had to talk to the police in it, and like they didn't believe him, and he's like, and I looked at the two black cops next to me, and I'm like, come on, guys. The way he does this is so good.
No, this is he'd be somebody I think you would enjoy.
Keith what?
Keith Fairfax. He's another
Yeah,
out
I
east
don't-
guy. He's like Riverhead.
He's
right?
Riverhead. I met
Not
him. I
as
met him
far
just
as-
because when you start doing comedy, eventually you realize who lives close to you, and you're like, I got a ride because
Yeah.
I don't really want to pay for gas this week. I can't. That's why.
And that's why we have like this whole Suffolk group that Sort of like,
It's
you
weird.
guys are always like, oh, Andy lives out east. And I'm like, no. There's guys who are really out east, like that. And Keith and you were
the first person to realize exactly how far I lived, and it was weird that it was him, was Terry. Terry knew exactly where I lived.
Terry was a UPS.
Yeah, I know. He's I used to deliver packages.
Let me tell you about the UPS out there. All the fucking famous people.
That's fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Terry's like nicotine Beetlejuice. I love him. Yeah. Like he just if you say McNeely, I'm tired. I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed.
I was just watching fucking reruns of Emergency.
Emergency. I was watching reruns of Cops last night. I have some thoughts.
Cannon and.
He has my favorite joke in Long Island comedy, though.
That he actually loves. I can't remember. Robert Conrad.
Do you ever actually talk to him about the stuff that he likes? It's fascinating.
Yes. No, I've known him since.
I know you were his bartender.
But even before I started bartending, before I started bartending,
I was there when Terry was born.
I was still in the Air Force when I met Terry the first time. But yeah, I know all about it. And that's the things that we all bonded on, because we were all into that like late 70s stuff. Like the Buck Rogers is one of my favorite shows.
21st and a half. Well, that's
only
Duck
two fucking seasons long.
Yeah.
Really? Was that it?
Yeah, in the late 70s. Yeah,
Kolchak.
If you want to just talk about old TV shows, the old sci-fi shows, that's a whole different show.
Well,
I hear.
Well, yeah, Star Trek was only 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing about a show like Star Trek or a show like Buck Rogers is it was weird because they immediately caught on after they were canceled. Same thing with Batman, the '66 Batman show, the show that saved Batman.
Love the movie they made.
Oh my god,
I love that movie.
So good with the
sand
sand separator.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Some days.
What kind of people are always in a hurry?
I'm working
Russians.
I'll try my Adam
Right,
West.
Rob.
I've been working on my Adam West. Hold on. What is it? It's well played. We're the adversary. That's bad.
That's really good, Batman.
See, I'm better at Robin.
Yeah, no, Burt Ward is as fucking easy as hell.
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Holy, it burns when I pee, Batman.
Well, Robin, that's what we superheroes like to call STDs.
Robin, that's why I always carry bat
love
condoms with me
I was
in my
so sad.
belt.
I was so unbelievably sad when Adam West died. I was legitimately sad. That was a piece of my childhood. Young
Lady Chatterley 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know that movie?
You got to tell them this is.
It's porn.
It's porn
from like the early mid 80s. It's like when he was Adam West.
Adam West is in this movie.
Yeah, he struggled a lot in the 80s, particularly. Yeah. He had this beautiful renaissance in the 90s, and it continued to build until now. Now when he died, he was considered Hollywood royalty.
Right.
Yeah.
But he had to do. I mean, and I think
he did a lot of bad horror movies. Yeah,
Family Guy
saved his career.
To help him.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane had a big lot to do with
but
that.
It's there's a Young Lady Chatterley 1, and then there's a Young Lady Chatterley 2, and Young Lady Chatterley 2
Explain. Lady Chatterley is a synonymous, but Lady
it's
Chatterley
such a fucking cash grab.
It's
almost like Anal Invaders 45.
When I first started watching porn, Lady Chatterley was there for me.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Oh,
it
no,
was
absolutely.
the Cinemax thing, and it was always this. It's just like a debutante woman who just fucking chugs dick, and and pussy.
So
Like she's
some
like
background.
open sexually.
So some background.
So they make a bunch of
Lady
these movies.
Chatterley.
And Adam West is in these?
Yeah, this is
one of them in two. In number
he doesn't
2.
fuck in it.
Oh, all right.
He
Now I
does.
feel better.
He does. That's right.
But you only
It's like the
see
Sylvester
his
Stallone
shirt
thing.
off.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even think you see his nipples, because I'd remember that. I remember Batman's nipples. But so Lady Chatterley or Young Lady Chatterley is a book written by D.H. Lawrence, fucking Victorian era, fucking England.
It was considered smut at the time.
Yeah, and it was like
It's
kind
a
of
sexy book.
The Lady Godiva, if you're familiar with the Lady Godiva myth.
It's a socialite who's very open sexually, which at the time in that part of the world, like it was, people were very posh.
Well, he was in World War I. The husband's in World War I. Has some injury that he can't.
It's no dick. It's always speculated that it's no dick.
Right.
Goodness.
Yeah. And so,
in fact, I think they say
by the
that.
way, this is one of the great reasons that I love Joe's, because normally I'm having to explain this shit.
I know Lady Chatterley.
Well, not just Lady Chatterley. I'm talking about like anything literary.
We used to have those parties when we were kids. You know what I mean? We all jerk off together. No, ones would we would watch Cinemax late at night, and then I know my
see who the first person was
going. My friends masturbated in the same room as me. I don't know who the fuck it was, but there was a lot of blankets overlaps when that movie was on.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Right. Have fun in there.
First of all, 3
minutes. Wash
minutes?
your hands before you come back.
3 minutes?
Well,
Dude,
when you're a
good for
kid.
you, Kyle.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
I think you just broke your record.
It takes me 3 minutes to get hard.
By 3/100ths of a second.
Ah, man. Young boners.
Yeah. But this is the same group that would show up to bars later on and would say, all right, first one who pees has to pay the tab.
Oh, yeah. I
have
stuff,
friends
like that.
things like that. So, but the young lady Chatterley too, such a fucking cash grab. Just trying to, like, off the popularity. The first one was sort of this light, like, it was serious.
It was a Skinemax.
It was
stuff,
Skinemax,
right?
but
Green Door.
It still had
if you know what
a
that is.
serious, yes, of course. Come on. What the
just
fuck
asking.
are you talking?
It was.
That was for Tony, right?
It was in that era. It was in that era of film where they were trying to push the limits of, like, can we show sex?
Right.
Can we do it?
How much of the sex?
How much can we show?
Yeah.
That's why you saw a lot of nudity in the late 70s.
Yes.
Into the 80s because they were trying to be like, how much can we get away with?
Caligula, like
Caligula's
they would-
full on fucking.
Yes.
That was I have the. It's just porn.
Right.
And, like, it's just, like, because they cut away, and, like, I don't know if that's Malcolm McDowell's dick. Like, that is meaty.
And that's why that's how long shots found their way into porn.
Yeah. And the movie's longer because of the orgies. It was all funded by Penthouse.
Yeah, but the director intentionally used ugly women
Why?
because he wanted to, like, make some sense. He was an
an
Italian guy.
I wanted real, authentic Italians for the time in there.
It was like-
All of them pigs.
He was trying to make a nouveau art house film.
He was literally trying to do...
Larry Flint just wanted to have a lot of sex.
But what Larry Flint provided was a lot of money, so he compromised. He's like, all right, I'll put fucking in it, but I'm going to make my movie.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
going to make it art house fucking.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is everybody.
Knock McDowell dancing naked in the fucking moonlight, apparently.
Right.
No. Good night, everybody.
Now that all the air's out of the room. I just got to run to the bathroom for like 3 minutes.
Finish the Lady Chatterley thing.
No, but that's it. It was just that it was like...
But Adam West was in it.
Yeah.
You can go through the 80s. Look through his resume in the 80s. It's bad.
There's a lot of people. Like, Bonaducci made a lot of movies like that back then.
This is going to fuck this up.
Right.
But Adam West plays an archaeologist who's looking for the original Lady Chatterley evidence of her.
The golden vagina.
Right.
Aren't we all looking?
and so he's doing this thing, and is it one of the maids?
Yeah, I remember this
ends
movie
up,
so fun.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so weird how well I remember, because I remember
Likewise.
seeing it and being like, Adam fucking West?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, I was like, this is two great tastes that taste great together.
Let's see how they taste. And you're like, oh, it's good.
It's delicious. A little salty.
I always wondered if that would ever happen to, like, a real celebrity. Like, it's happened to very few celebrities where they've gone from being relatively well-known in the mainstream and then made the full transition into porn. It's only happened to a very select few.
Right.
The girl from Boy Who Meets World did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a girl.
I've never watched that show, so
It's
my
fine.
really was just.
But that's what I mean. No one's
was
ever
to keep you moving along.
I mean, I like it's one of those things of like that's like a level.
Okay.
No one's ever like been like a movie star and then all of a sudden had a fall from grace and you're like, I have a great career in fucking now. Like
Right.
I discovered something about I would love for that to happen.
Well, the
one
kid,
day.
the
guy or girl, I don't know.
The Christmas Story kid, the one who gets his
Does he
tongue.
do porn now?
Well, the one that gets his tongue his tongue stuck on the he went into porn for years.
Really?
Then it's at least 10 years he went into porn, and then now of course
It's
the next
Christian?
step is he found religion.
Again, it's more arty kind of stuff. His tongue would always get stuck to the clit. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, if I was a porn director,
Is that
No, I'm-
right there? At Lady Chatterley's lover? Is that?
Yeah, that's
that's,
part one. But
that's the second one.
Oh, that's the second.
You want the second one?
You
First
guys really
one.
know your Lady Chatterley.
No, yeah, we can tell that that's not one of the fucking.
And it's an hour long. So is that the whole movie right there?
That might be.
Yeah,
Wow.
they
That's
weren't,
the
they
first
weren't
one.
very long movies.
No.
They were like, because anything on Skinemax is hilarious. Number one, if you haven't anybody out there, if you haven't watched Lord of the G Strings, get yourself a 6-pack and enjoy.
Oh, I forget the one that Joan Severance was in, where the Scorpion.
Yes, the
'Cause
Scorpion.
she
I know
plays
that
the
one.
superhero.
Yeah,
I love Joan
But
Severance.
that's what I mean. Like, there's always been these. I want that full on, like, and I mean someone to hit it big, like Jenna Jameson big, like like someone who was like a star, and all of a sudden they fall out of grace in Hollywood, and then they become like the next Evan Stone or fucking.
Yeah, an Academy Award.
Yeah,
that's
so
what I was
that would
going to
be
say. Somebody
fucking
who had an
crazy.
Academy Award and then turns around.
And then wins an AVN right after that.
Right.
Put them
Like,
right next to
back
each other.
back.
Yeah. And
this
then
can't
fucking
be the
retire.
This can't be the movie. This is a Ken Russell film, and it's got Jolie Richardson. Like, it's got really.
I don't
real names
Ken
in this
Russell. Did Ken Russell direct Lady Chatterley?
That's
too?
what it
Yo,
said.
I may be have
this
misspoken about this movie. if
this-
Ken Russell.
So this is something else.
This is the first one, I think.
The one with Adam West.
No, the second one has Adam West.
Oh. So the first one was like a legit movie,
Young Lady
and then after that,
Chatterley's Lover.
Yeah.
Young Lady Chatterley's Lover.
They don't show any penetration though.
No.
No, it's all
but
it's all
great
Skinamax.
O-faces.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Fantastic O-faces.
I remember the first time so like when they would just do like the humping shit.
Yeah.
In Cinemax, it's like is that dude wearing a sock on his dick? Like this is the first time that Skinamax got ruined for me. I'm like, wait a minute.
The implication
It's
is
all an illusion?
You're just like staring at this dick. Like, oh, is that something covering his dick?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
bullshit.
I just lost my boner.
Can't get hard to this.
Just lost my boner. That guy needs to have his real dick out.
When you're a kid, and then you have to explain that's your problem. Like before because I grew up pre-internet, so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, man. What? It's like I was watching Lady Chatterley 3 last night, and I realized they're not really fucking. My friend Richie's just like, you're in luck, man. Let me show you a little something called Kazaa.
See,
what should I type in? Type in anything you want, man.
We go back to when Playboy actually had a broadcast channel.
I remember scramble porn. I grew up
But it
with
was
scramble
scrambled,
porn.
and
I had scramble porn.
and sometimes it would like lock in because it would be all
Blue
wavy
tits.
And
I've
lock
come to
in.
a lot of blue tits.
And it would just be the off colors. That would be the only thing that would be.
And I used to love Real Sex on HBO because Marsha from the Brady, she was the narrator.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, I was like, oh, it's Marsha.
Yeah, that blew my mind when I figured that out.
Yep.
And, see, that's a mark of age at this point. If you're like, what'd you used to jerk off
I
to?
know.
You're like, Real Sex 126. The Naked Bowling episode's probably my favorite.
Real Sex 3 when
Real
they get
Sex,
into
yeah.
smooshing.
Yeah.
Remember I said we had a conversation. I don't remember how
Yes, we
smooshing
did.
came up, but I was like, smooshing. No, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a
I
whole
saw it
thing.
on a real episode of Real Sex.
Then I remember.
Like, they're like, oh, Andy's so smart. No, Andy's a fucking
Andy's a
pervert.
pervert. Yeah. I get that too. It's like, how do you know so much? I'm like, I jerk off a lot.
Yeah. And do you know how open your mind is right after you come? You could probably learn. You could probably defeat everyone on Jeopardy.
Cum is the
It just
best
is like
and
30
worst thing
seconds
just go to
immediately
sleep.
after it comes out of your body. It's the best and worst thing immediately
Yeah.
after it comes out of your body.
Well, it's the
just-
best feeling, but the
yeah.
worst realization that this has to be cleaned up.
And you don't do it right away is the saddest part. You just look at yourself, get your hand sticky a little bit. Like the
What
like-
the hell?
like-
You're like,
You look at
'cause you-
yourself like after the werewolf turns back into a man, like, oh, what happened last night?
What did I do?
Bruce Banner becomes Bruce Banner again.
What happened to this room?
All of a sudden, it's just like my mom calls Joe. Don't come up here, Mom. Don't come up here. Knock! Knock! I'm trying to hide a body that I woke up next to. Just stacks of porn, though. Just I've got a laptop next to me with like a she-male fucking a girl on there.
Well, see, that's it. It's the dream is like, you're like sleeping with this chick, and then all of a sudden, like, you wake up and it is just this huge stack of porns that is like
That's how it is
in
now
the
that-
shape of a woman
Yeah.
next to you. Like, oh, shit.
Oh, I used to.
That
used
happened
to,
again.
I used to tell my bed always has crap on one side of it. I always push it to. I'm a single man and I'm lonely, so I push everything to the side and I go to bed. And then I jokingly said one day to my friends, like, what do you have? Why don't you just clean off your bed? And I'm like, no, I like the pile of junk. That way when I cry in the middle of the night and turn over, it feels like there's a person there.
Snuggling with your shit.
Snuggling. That's why it's shaped like this.
Oh my god! Like if you look at it if you lay your head right by my pillow, oh my god, it does look like a person.
Yeah, it's funny.
You know, like that artwork that you have to look at from like a certain angle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh,
Otherwise,
man.
it just looks like a bunch of shit on fucking.
You mean you don't
metal
see the
posts.
sailboat?
Yeah, it's a schooner. A schooner is a sailboat. You moron.
Reference Mallrats right now? Awesome.
It's always in my head.
That's a great movie.
Schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
Oh yeah. Well, that guy over there. That's
not the Easter
not
Bunny.
the Easter Bunny. That's just a guy in a suit.
The line before that is even funnier.
Remember I said to you the other day, you guys were saying that Sally's son didn't have a comeback.
Right.
Like, you should have told him that the Easter Bunny's not real.
Yeah.
That's what that's.
Yeah, because it's not as devastating as Santa Claus.
Right. Though the it implies.
Well, I think you actually
implies-
wrote Santa Claus, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I might have.
But but it was a reference. Yeah.
Yes. No.
Got
It definitely comes from that. I was ripping off Kevin Smith.
I know. But the line before that's even funnier, where he just goes, "Oh, look, it's a schooner," and he just goes, "You dumb bastard! It's not a schooner; it's a sailboat." It's just so funny to me. It's like, "You dumb bastard!"
You know what
dumb
I've been?
Bastard is so funny.
You know what I've been using for years is if somebody's like, "Oh, you're comedian number 2," be like, could you refer to me as the second comedian? Because comedian number 2 sounds like a bathroom cleaning product.
When someone's giving you the lineup, it's like, "What's the lineup?" It's like, "Nah, you're up 8th." I'm like.
Well, but anybody says that I'm something number 2 or number 3 or
I'm the number 2 comedian. Oh,
yeah,
I get it.
and they say number 2. If
I understand.
Like I go, could you change that? Because the suitor number 2, and he's like, could you call me the second suitor? Because suitor number 2.
Second suitor. Suitor number 2. It sounds beneath me.
He sounds like a bathroom cleaning product.
Second suitor. Do it, Doug. All right, don't make me quote Mallrats for the next 20 minutes.
Stink palm him.
Because I did that, man. I was such an asshole as a kid. I used to stick my hand in my ass and shit.
I hope that kid's shoelaces get stuck in the escalator and a bloodbath ensues.
Every day, anytime I see an escalator, I say, "The kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone." "No, I will not." Not a day doesn't go by. Not a day where I don't read about some terrible article in the newspaper about some child that got mangled, which could have been easily avoided if some parent learned how to manage their child. Sorry,
That's my latest suggestion. Then that's the roast battle. You guys just do a scene from.
We just do
Mallrats.
quotes.
Just movie quotes in general, or do a scene from.
You got to do
Mallrats?
Full Metal Jacket. I'll do Dazed and Confused.
That's awesome.
But you can't do the Arlie Ermy lines. You can only do Joker's lines.
Not just this minute. My mommy doesn't let me. You got girl from Vietnam? Not just this minute. You guys. Well, no, I'll do you guys should do a story about me. Oh yeah, why is that? 'Cause I'm so fucking good. Get some.
Yeah, why is that? 'Cause I'm so fucking good.
That movie gets quoted in the Air Force constantly.
It gets quoted.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, sure.
Every military
who runs
past 1980.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't quote it because he was like, "I lived that." Because
Yeah.
he was in Vietnam.
Right.
He was like, "Yeah, it's just real." Like,
it just speaks to me.
All right, so that's when next Saturday, right?
Yeah, that the 16th,
Friday.
the 15th.
I think it's Friday. It's Friday. I played that for my daughters this morning.
Oh, the Friday.
Yeah, they hate it. It's so great. It's on the 15th, which is the Friday.
So, and then we have
And it's in the little room here at Governor's.
Yes. Right here down a block.
Tickets are still available for it, so if you guys
Yes.
want
Very
to
nice.
order some tickets, go to governors.com.
I'm telling you, like everybody, these are all some.
This is actually a really good lineup. Like I'm excited to see everybody say.
I mean, the only one that I do, but it's because I just don't know them well.
Yeah.
Is Chris and
Which one?
Chris Fry.
I know Chris. Chris is funny.
I know,
Yeah.
he is funny,
Yeah.
but I don't know him well. Everybody else, I've been on multiple shows or multiple
Most
mics
of these people
with
I've
them.
done a couple mics with.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
I'm
fucking
very happy Rocco asked us to do this. So
yeah. No, I was.
that's why I was bummed when he was, because I was originally supposed to be somebody else, and then he said, I'm gonna, I can't. He kind of gave the spot to somebody else, which was fine. And then when he asked me to verse you, I was like, fuck yes, dude, that's great. I'll tell Andy he sucks all day. You can tell me I suck.
Yeah, because
you got a small dick. You show your dick too much. I
just love everybody. I'm reading it to pleasure.
Yeah, it's a good. You want to read the lineup off to it?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
And it's
this
the 15th or the 16th.
Is the 15th?
It is the 15th.
Friday,
a week from today.
15th.
Yeah, a week from today.
I want to make sure that I have the full correct. Though I love how our font is so radically
it's so
different.
clearly we replaced somebody.
right,
It looks
yeah.
like a sticker that he put over the
Yes, it
poster,
does.
being like tonight's
Are
performance.
these two pieces of shit?
Yeah, like when you go see a Broadway play, don't even bother to stick the guys. It's like, if you're
it's a
just
little
roll
slip of paper.
of
Handwritten.
piece of paper,
Albert,
handwritten
it will be played
by the guy.
Right. I'm in this.
John
Mom.
Stamos isn't here tonight.
Right.
Here's
And in
Rory
his place is Andy Plajanos.
Oh,
the whole crowd was
Steve.
not even Kirk Cameron. God damn it! I would love to see Kirk Cameron. What are you looking up?
I'm going to his because he has.
I'm talking about how you take too long with shit. That's another thing I'm going to talk about.
I take my time. Okay. First,
I wait for Andy. Too much.
Joe Winchell versus Andy Plagenos.
Yeah, we're probably going first.
Oh, no.
Our opening bout is us.
Yeah, no, I would imagine. James Raniolo versus Dana Mcallister.
That should be fun.
That's going to be great.
James is pretty funny.
James is hilarious, and
Yeah.
Dana's fucking hilarious.
And Dana can be mean. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love Dana's mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna
please don't
say
be mean to
anything.
me.
I try to be
Because you want to have a comeback, and sometimes you just don't.
Sometimes I'm like, you get trapped because somebody will post something and you're like, I support you. And they're like, well, actually, you ableist piece of shit.
I've said that to so many of my friends, though. It's like, well, you supported me. I'm falling apart. This is your fault. Like,
Well, Tom Crescenzo versus Manny Cruz.
Oh, I love Tom and Manny.
That's what I'm saying.
Tom is my favorite dude. He always comes in the fucking mics. He reeks of the trail of weed behind him more so than I do.
And he's like, wait,
He's
Rick.
like, hey, guys.
And his voice is like,
yeah.
this, yeah.
No, it's out in the park. That's fine. He's like Terry, except younger. Like,
Yeah,
like,
right,
you know,
yeah.
like, hey, I don't, can I get a spot? I know I'm like 35 minutes late. But, like,
But, you know, I had to smoke a lot of weed before I came in.
Mandy Jones versus Kathy Arnold.
oh, man, they might start making out. That's I don't know what's going to
Which
happen.
would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That is something I've been hoping for a long time.
And it's so creepy. I hope it happens.
I want it to happen.
Please
make this
I was
happen.
joking.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize it was just a joke. I'd like to see it. No, that used to be like a character I would do with my friends before I did comedy.
What,
just like
Cliff, the
in
creepy
bar.
concierge?
No, yeah, it would be like, I'd like to see that back in my room.
You know, if you change the inflection on that, you can do a Harrison Ford impersonation.
Yeah, I guess. See, I guess
Penitent man.
the only Harrison Ford I can do is like, don't get cocky, kid. The jump to light speed ain't exactly like Dustin Crops, kid.
I can only do Harrison Ford when he's telling somebody to knock it off.
Regarding Henry?
No, it's just
like right after.
I said knock it off.
Regarding
Henry is a good movie, but it's
Right after he
ridiculous.
gets shot.
He's ridiculous. It's just like
he's awful.
I used to be a piece of shit, and then I had to get shot, and now I'm a 12-year-old who feels better.
Talk about spank bait.
Oh, those movies were so hot.
That's what I'm saying. That would have a scene like that, and that was like, God, must have been 13 when that movie came out, or at least on video.
It was like when movies used to be sexy. It was like a good 20 minutes of
Oh
sex
my
at Basic
God.
Instinct, and changed everything after that for
Right.
everybody.
Yep.
You had to show full vagina after that. Sharon Stone ruined it for actresses everywhere that were just trying to get appreciated for their talent.
I come down on Sharon's side. It's the director's fault. Raul
not shaving
Andrade. Raul Andrade versus Devin Bramble.
Devin's. I don't know. Oh, I know our rule. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he's a
Yeah,
funny guy.
that's going to be my favorite bout of the night. I think easily I'm going to laugh the hardest. At that.
Yes, because the two, like, both of them are brilliant.
First of all, Raul will like just pull out some street shit, and I'll be like, "Holy shit!" Because
And
he's fucking
speaking
quick.
of like but his delivery of just being like, oh God, what can I say about Devin except that, and he's gonna fucking kill him.
Yeah,
and then Devin will be like,
he has a really good like low setup. He's like, well, what can I say? And then he'll fucking hammer somebody forth.
then this is the one I'm talking about, is Daniel LaRocco, Chris Ray. And now
I love
Chris,
Dan LaRocca. I think Dan LaRocca is hilarious.
And I've only been on one show with Dan. And I thought he was fucking hilarious.
You ever check out the show
So
he does with Bridget?
I'm like looking forward to seeing that one, because just to see where their comic sensibilities are.
Yeah.
Then you have what's going to be actually one of my is
Favorites.
Nick Tardo and Zach Zorovich.
Oh, those two are going to destroy each other.
It's going to be
That I think will end in a stalemate. Because Zach is, I'm afraid to talk to Zach. When I first started doing comedy, I went to hit the mic. He was running the mic at the Lizard Lounge.
Yes.
And when I started like kind of getting, how I met Evan, you know, and everybody.
Yeah. Sorry.
Uncle Evan.
What, Joe? Did you have friends? Did you have like 6 friends?
I can't say anything. I'm doing one of his shows next week.
I hosted for him.
How'd it go? I forgot. Wait, let me
Yeah,
finish this
we'll
first,
catch
but I have
up.
to ask how that went. Yeah, that's how I met everybody. But the first time I met me, he referred to me as like, you look like Seth Rogen if he was on heroin. And I was like, oh, it's only going to get worse from here. Like,
somebody
Oh,
actually
joke's
wrote,
on you. I am Seth Rogen on heroin.
yeah,
somebody actually wrote that in the comments here.
I look like Seth Rogen on heroin.
Dude, well, not heroin, but dude with the hat is like a poor man Seth Rogen, and that's a compliment. He writes.
That's
he or she
Who
writes.
wrote it?
Says Rocket. I have no idea.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Rocket.
Are you a Red Rocket?
Are you
I'd like to see that.
I'm asking if I can jerk you off.
Well, this is that's one of those things that we bonded over. Also,
jerking
is
people off.
this,
Yeah, you and I do that all the time.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
jerking off to Sam
it's
Elliott.
the first
Because he
impression
does,
I ever learned how to do.
and he does this great joke.
I do
where-
some voices, but I do this joke.
Yeah, but we don't have to get into specifics. So
come to the comedy contest on Saturday and come see me do that joke though.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
that's
Clyde's
the
Bar and
Butera
Grill.
thing?
Yeah,
that's
the Butera.
Where is that?
Clyde's Bar and Grill. It used to be Barton's Place. It's right off 25A.
It's on 25A in Middle Country on 25A.
Yeah.
And it's like the Long Island Laugh Off, but it's called
It's
what?
a little bit of a smaller scale, but
Right.
it's just as
It's
competitive.
Aragona's comedy.
Yeah.
Something or other.
Aragona's. I think it's stuff contest. God,
I won in 2019.
I really hope John's not
And you
listening.
don't even remember the name of it.
I don't remember.
I remember that was the
Funniest
first one I ever
comedian
did. Was the
something.
one you won. That was the first contest I ever did.
And is it just one night or is it a
No,
series?
it's multiple
like-
nights. They
It
just
is.
had their first night was the
I went-
first or the second. How was the fucking?
It was,
It was a good lineup.
It was a good lineup. Everybody did well, but they were all so time conscious.
How many
That's
minutes? 7 minutes?
6, I think they
6.
had. And they were all, no, I think it was because somebody asked me to light them at 6, and I'm like, I am not fucking, I'm judging later, the final
a judge?
round. I'm judging the final round.
Really?
Like, I'm judging the final round. I'm not helping it. Yeah.
Really?
No, I already knew I was going to get it. Yeah, there you go. This is exactly where I was going with this. For Joe to jerk me off right here, and didn't they?
I have frail hands like a female.
No, I know.
I know. We've
know.
done this before.
You don't remember because of that hot shot I gave you.
Oh,
but
for those of you who don't know, he just said he was going to roofie me. What else is out?
so
after
okay,
that?
and the last one is also one that I'm really
This is
looking
also- it's
forward
gotta
to.
be really good.
Like that's what, like it just.
People should. I buy tickets to this. This is going to be a really funny night. The more that you're saying it out loud, like get some tickets.
That's what-
this is going to be funny.
Andrew Bergen versus Brendan Ryan, and now
Yeah.
Brendan I do not know well.
No, I know of Brendan, but I don't know him. He knows. I know who he is. He knows who I am. But
Bergen, I've done 6 or 7 mics together, but he came in that night of
Right,
the laugh
yep.
off, and I
He was in the laugh
love
off?
his sensibility. Yeah, I just love his take, his view, his approach is hilarious. So this is going to be really good. That and that's I hate that I'm sort of sounding like somebody who says great things about their shows and they're not. This is
this is going to be because this is just people ripping on each other. This
exactly
is different.
and this is like I don't want to like I'm so happy to be on this show. Like that's why I like. Oh my God, Joe asked me to be on this with him. Is everybody on here
These are funny people.
They're just these are the people that like when you're hanging out after the show.
These are the people you want to hang out with.
This is almost like the group that kind of.
I'm not even like
forms up in
this is the
different
group I'm still even trying to crack into because like I know who they are, but like I'm still like because like again I say Zach, I'm like Zach, I respect the shit out of him because he's one of the quickest dudes I've ever met in my life.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Well, that's the show.
I don't want to seem unfunny in front of him.
The show on 9/11.
Yeah,
do you know
how'd that
about?
go?
Do you know about his sisters?
Do I know about 9/11?
No, his sisters.
Zach has sisters.
He has 2 sisters.
Do not know about his sisters.
Okay.
No.
So so he I go, hey, how do you want me to bring?
Like professional wrestlers? Are they
Hold
tag?
on.
Oh God.
I go, hey, how do you want me to bring you up? And he's like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, I'm coming at you. And he's like, oh, I don't expect anything less, Andy. I have something in line for you too. And I'm like, okay. So I go up, I do the opening, and I go, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome up to the stage. Your first comic. His older sisters. One is a lawyer, one is a doctor, and he is here tonight to tell jokes to you guys in a basement. Zach Zorovich, and he came up and he's like, that hurt.
I have nothing for that.
It's like, you prick.
Fucking hurt.
He's like, why'd you go there?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, player.
Yeah, I always hear anytime Zorovich. I always hear he's always like I see him at the mics and he just like lets off like 5 things. I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you because if I'm not funny, you're going to tell me I suck.
No, he's good.
No, he's been real cool to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know him, but he's been real cool to me.
But yeah, this is next weekend. But tomorrow night is Joe is at.
Oh, I'm at we're doing that lineup is pretty decent actually.
We care about going to see Joe.
If you want to come see me, then come to Clyde's Bar and Grill. Clyde's Bar and Billiards. Excuse me.
Ooh.
Clyde's Bar and Billiards.
There's no
It's,
grill.
164.
Everybody has to get fucking sushi next.
Yeah, it's in Mount Sinai.
And there's a.
If you at least be Barton's place.
Is it Papa John's?
It's right next to Papa John's. No, it's right next to Papa John's. Yeah. It's like in that little strip mall.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese food place on the left, and then on the right is a head shop.
Yes.
And then Papa John's. And then I think a hair salon or a nail salon.
Well, at the very end is a pharmacy. Is like a non-corporate pharmacy that also has like they sell other thing like clothes and everything. A friend of mine actually, who's an esthetician, used to work there because they had a room in the back for people to get facials and whatnot.
Is that little strip mall diagonal from like the Wendy's and all that over there?
There's not a Wendy's.
No,
There's no
it's
Wendy's.
down the road from what's that Italian restaurant that I always see?
Amici's.
Amici's, yeah, it's down the road from Amici. If you know Cafe Amici.
Amici's is too far. But yeah,
it's down the road from it.
See, Wendy's is in Port Jeff Station. This is just outside of Port Jeff Station in Mount Sinai, because Wendy's is right across from McDonald's. That's the town I grew up in. Like Wendy's is right across from McDonald's and whatnot. It's it's just a little further. It's about a mile from there. The Wendy's.
Yeah. So that's where I'll be on Saturday night with pretty good lineup and everything, but never mind them. Come down and support me.
Exactly.
Come down and support me.
Thank you.
And what do you have? You have anything before the 15th or no?
No, I think the 15th is.
Were you on a Farrell show with me?
No. I'm like, wow,
Billy.
I'm not on that. I just saw it this morning, and I was like, huh.
All right, so Bosie says, I will never mess with Zach because he always has one in the clip.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent way of putting it, though.
And Michael Zimmerman says, shouldn't Andy be quarantined for macho madness?
Oh,
And then that's
sounds
exactly
like
what he
he
says
just
after
took a
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like he just.
Listen, Zimmerman. If that's your real name.
It sounds like he's an adult man crying, though. Listen, Zimmerman, if that's your real name.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to
Let
get
me
out
tell
of
you
here.
something, brother.
So today is Friday. Let's see. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything on tonight. Govs Radio. Films on Tap is not on.
Oh, it's not on tonight?
No, not on tonight. Tim had a death in the family, so apologies to him.
Shout out to Tim.
Yep, great guy, Tim. Tomorrow night, live from Governor's Green Room, we will be here, 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever time we do it. Me and Don will be here, and probably Mario and whoever else. If you guys want to come on in. Who cares? Jackie, we'll try to get Jackie Fabulous in here.
All my years, I've been trying to get my foot in the door, and all of a sudden, he's just like, "Hey, you want to come down and hang out
here anytime.
If you want to come
That's
tomorrow,
as far as I can guarantee. I can't guarantee
As far down the
anything
hole
else.
as you get. Yeah.
That's it.
I'll take it's still in the back, right? I'm so close.
You can wave to the headliners as they walk by. We were thrilled. Dice actually said,
Dice said, "What's up?"
He said, "Yeah, take care." I think he said, and we were like, "Oh, you know,
Fucking
that's all we
hero.
got out of
This
the
is
guy.
this is the Comedy World's version of actually just the tip.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
literally like if you
Like,
want to know.
literally just the tip.
I mean this lovingly. If you want to know what just a tip feels like, come on and do a guest spot down at Ghost Radio.
Yeah, pretty much."